Hey, everyone. It is the Let's Get Loud podcast with J and A. Hello.
Hi, friends.
December's just rolling around. Just here it is. Hello.
So aggressive.
So,
Sunday, boom.
yeah. I was away and it's like everything was like put to after I'm back because
Yeah.
and what happened is I started going away on November 15th and there was only 2 days in between each. So I've been gone for 10 days. So that was like the like prime of like being early. So it went from you're early to you're late.
It was like an avocado. It's like, I'm not ripe. I'm not ripe. I'm not ripe. Fucking eat me right now. Eat me right
Done,
now.
done, it's over. So yeah, definitely connected with what you told me earlier where you said I am going to organize what I have and figure it out. That's where I'm at as well. And like I just sent a message to like my in-laws. Hello, am I in charge of buying the gifts for my children for you this year again? So that like I'm like I know what's up. And I know like this comes from the brother-in-law. This comes from whatever. And I am so like I picked what their budget is. Your budget is going to be this year.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I I feel like I'm fair and I'm like, are you okay with 150 both together? And then so sometimes Dia it's 90 and Noah's 60. Like, you know what I mean? Like who cares? They don't know. They don't care.
No.
Um and they typically say yes. Like I
Okay.
just want like this is, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Not the
Okay.
conversation is slower. I need it to be.
What are your kids asking for Christmas? Are they excited for Christmas?
Yeah, well, Dia just always has a list. She reminds me of me so much. Like I had a list. Oof.
Oh, you did.
Oh yeah, I was the list girl. Like I
Hey.
everything. I think I had a list till I was 25 years old. And then this is like very new to me, to us as a couple as well, Jeff and I, of just being in a space where I literally need nothing and I don't.
Yeah.
But we were together and I like was like I had a list for Jeff.
Right.
And I would keep everything to not buy until Christmas.
Uh,
Everything was a
I
Christmas
mean,
gift.
this behavior is not long ago been gone because
No,
like
that's what I'm
I feel
telling you.
like
This is very new.
2 years ago, you needed a water bottle so bad. And I was like, will you please buy yourself a $30 water
No,
bottle?
I'll ask for it for Christmas. Yeah. I think I just like my whole life I did that. So it's like it was just normal.
Yeah.
But I really love that I can buy myself a water bottle in November.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
So that's it's been really good. And sometimes it's almost like, when you okay, wait. Sometimes I stay home. I want to stay home, but then I'm like, am I isolating myself? And it's the same, right? I love the fact that we're not buying gifts anymore, but I'm like, are we no longer in love?
Oh,
Like, you
wow.
know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like I don't buy gifts to my parents anymore, although I always buy a gift to my mom, but like we're kind of like lower on the gifts.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know why? You know the intention. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's not
Yeah.
because I don't love you or don't want to buy you something. It's just
Yeah.
like I really feel like we're all on the same page.
100%.
And I actually think it's a privilege that we're at this place where we're like, I don't need anything. Please don't buy me anything.
Also, here's the thing. Now, I realize not everyone's the same, but like our money is just a pot.
Right. Not everyone's
So when Neil buys me a gift, it's just from
you.
my
And it's
pot.
probably not a gift you want. You know what I
And
mean?
that's the thing.
That's the thing. See, yeah, that's the thing. You know what I'd love? I'd love a really nice surprise. I know Jeff does not listen to this, so who cares? But I'd love a surprise. Something that I really want, but like I don't want to say cheap. I don't like to say I'm cheap, but I'm cheap. But like I will still use Dia's Walmart suitcase
Yes.
while I'm on my very expensive trip.
You will. Yeah, with
You know
your
what I
cheap
mean?
sunglasses.
With my $2 sunglasses, Shein. Whole outfit is from Shein, but my drink is more expensive than whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just the drink that I don't even like. You know what I mean? But it's very interesting, this whole thing. I'd love, okay, so this is what I saw, like a really nice set, like a really nice travel set.
Yeah, that's
There's
fun.
some on the internet.
Yeah, there for sure is.
Yeah.
There's a really nice brand. I feel like it starts with the letter B.
Yes, BEIS. I don't know how to say it, base or whatever. I always see really pretty ladies at the airport having that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I
Yeah.
like see things, I'm like, what does that girl do that she bought that? Know what I mean?
Well, I mean, and then that's a whole different conversation because just everyone has different standards for where they spend their money and how
Yeah.
much of their disposable income they're willing to spend instead of save.
Yes, yes, of course. And also like what is like worth it? It's almost like
Yeah.
calories and what you're eating. Like what is worth it to you?
100%.
So like I'm like, I just can't put $300, $400, $500 on a cute sit. Like it's like hard for me, but I would put that on something else.
It's funny though, I feel like things like that is like hurts to spend that money on, but then once you do, you're like so happy you did and you love it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
million percent.
It's like
Absolutely.
my new fridge.
Yes, I thought you were. Yes, it is like your new fridge. How's it going with your new fridge?
Love it so much.
See, I feel like that's a Alicia purchase, like something that you're actually excited about. Like I wouldn't be excited about a fridge. You know what I mean?
Okay, but
Something in my fridge.
here's the thing I don't like buying. Things I already own.
Right. Yeah.
Like I already have an item that keeps my food cold.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it's like not exciting. It's like when you need a new roof. Well, I already had a roof.
oh, that is the worst. Like, and it's like $30,000.
Oh my God.
That's really sad. And like it's the same. Like it's not like, oh, what a nicer roof. You know, it's not,
Yeah.
it could be a different color. You could be excited about that. But yeah, no, totally. Also, like it's decorations as well. Like I went to HomeSense. I have not, I also like don't leave my home. Like I realized that. Dia was like, we never go to the mall. I'm like, you're right. Like we never go to the mall. And I went and it was like I'm like, oh my God, I need to leave because I will buy everything. Like it was bad.
It
I'm
was
like,
like
no wonder I
scarcity
don't go to the
mindset.
mall.
It's like scarcity mindset because you're like, I'm never here. I'm never gonna get this chance
Well, no,
again.
I now I see like new styles.
Oh,
That's cute. Oh, like
100.
this, like it's like all of a sudden I need new things, but I don't need another sweater.
Oh, absolutely. Like when you go to Lulu, full new Lulu.
Not Lulu. I want to burn my closet, start over every time I walk in there. Oh, anyway, so that's why I don't go there. You know, I don't hang out at the mall. Anyways, okay. Well, speaking of all of this, I wanted to share with Alicia that I watched while I was flying, The Shopping Conspiracy on Netflix. It is a documentary. And like anything else, I like to watch a documentary and not think that like this is news. You know what I mean? As in like this is the truth. Like it's a documentary like everything else. Like obviously they did it for it to look like this. You know what I mean? So like I like to be rational about all the things. But I'd also love to believe that like the facts or the things that they're saying has truth to them. If not, it wouldn't be like Netflix. Do they check that? Like, you know what I mean? Like if they say like this amount of whatever is being consumed, is it that amount or is
I
it,
think that they would
you know what I mean?
probably,
Like I think they would probably
yeah,
check the facts, like in
I
regards,
think so. Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, it's literally just about like just the overconsumption issue we're having right now and people just buying, 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 but then they're not putting the fault on us. Like they're not like we're terrible humans. They're telling us that like it's the companies are just so good at manipulating our brain and our like perspective of like we need another one, not just that, just not just the mindset of it, but also the it's really coolly edited as well. Like they did a good job to really keep you like, whoa, I really want to listen. But they're also saying like the company are creating products that have an end life way sooner than they would have to be so that you purchase another one, especially electronics, and also Apple. Like they're like Apple is making it so much harder for you to be able to replace the battery. Like now like the way it's made is like a person that's really smart would have trouble opening it up. Like now it's like it's sealed now, whereas before it was just a screw. So like that it's making it harder and harder for Joe Blow to be able to open it up and change it. So they're making it so that after every 2 3 years, we need a new electronic. So, and then it's like, where does this one go? And then like and they're like, you're just one person. There's billions. You know what I mean? Like, so imagine what's happening anyways, they showed videos and it was like bad. Like H&M does this thing where you go and drop off clothes that you don't want. Clothes is a big issue right now. People have
Yeah.
too much clothes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and
I think it's
also companies like Shein and Temu,
Shein.
did they talk about that?
They just talked about fast fashion and just like
Fast
how
fashion.
how there's just so much, and like the H&Ms are all like they're all named. But H&M does this thing where again it makes them look good, where it's like, oh, recycling. If you don't want these clothes, instead of whatever putting them anywhere, come and drop them off, and we're gonna send them over to areas that need clothes, basically. So they send them to Gada. And a woman from Gada who works in the fashion industry is like, stop sending us fucking clothes. Like it's hilarious. She's like, just fucking stop. And it was like, she's like, we are 30 million people and you send us 15 million items a week. What do you want us, where do you want us to put this? So you should have seen they have like this beach, which Jeff is like, that's probably not the area, but I'm like, this is where they're putting the clothes. A beach full of clothes, and it's just like going in the water, like because they have no space for the amount of things that are being delivered. Isn't that
Oh.
crazy?
I
Did you?
honestly, I went into Value Village,
Okay.
which is somewhere I don't go often, but Phoebe wanted more Christmas sweaters. And I was like, let's see if Value Village has some.
Yeah.
Trying to do my part, Josée.
Yes. I like that, Alicia.
And I just saw the amount of shit in that space. Like every single rack is stuffed
Yeah.
with clothes.
Yeah. So they're saying electronics and just clothes, and there's just too many brands. There's just too many people creating this. Like it's like the next one wants to, because this one made a lot of money. Like and then it was just like so good. It was like, here are the 3 rules to have a very successful business. It was like,
Okay.
make more, no, sell more, lie more, and I think it was make more, hide more. Hide more was number 5. Like hide the fact that you're like all the shit you're doing. You know what I mean? Like basically like how to like be Amazon. Basically, to be Amazon, like you, like one girl who was like the head of whatever, she quit. She was fired after she like created a petition for Amazon to be better, and she ended up being fired. So she's in that documentary. And it was just, she was like, once you realize what's happening, you can't unsee it. They were like hundreds of employees begging Amazon to be better in what they were doing. And
Better in which way for Amazon?
for Amazon, it was the how they're throwing away, like, and like the minute you return something, that's thrown away. So like, and it's like, where is it thrown away? It's burnt into the ground. Like, she's like Legos everywhere, just like not opened. And like, that's garbage. That's garbage. They just like
Because
basically,
it is cheaper
because
for
it's
them
cheaper. It's
to
cheaper.
do that than it is to like give it away, even because that costs
Mhm.
money.
Yeah. So they're talking about like, and then what happened is this girl on TikTok went viral because she's like, she started this trend, hashtag retail made me. So people were going on and telling stories of when they were managers of stores, or when
Oh,
they what retail was making them do with waste. So like Bed Bath and Beyond, whatever, they were throwing away like obviously soaps and whatever, and in the garbage bin, and the homeless would go and steal the things. And then the manager made them empty out like in the garbage bin so that the homeless couldn't get soap. And she's like, we don't want to be a brand. She told the girl, we don't want to be a brand that the homeless use. And the girl quit. She's like, this is just ridiculous. One girl wore that Panda Express. She said they would mix all the food so that no one would want to eat it. So just like at the end of the day, you mix all the food together so no one would want to eat it. And then you weigh it to know what the waste is. But so interesting, like that could be given to like, you know what I mean? Like there's so much.
Jose, I am on my way to the mall. You are ruining it for
I
me.
know, I'm sorry. It really
No.
does change your perspective. It really does change your perspective of like, oh, like, and one guy, the guy at the end, which is the guy that like fixes he was like sued by Apple because he fixes electronics for longer longevity, and like that's his business. And he's like, they're making it so hard, like harder and harder for us to be able to fix these devices. Anyways, say so he was like in court. There was a video of him in court, and he's like really pleading his case for like what was happening. Like they don't care what's happening after the chemicals and the devices and everything, blah blah blah. And at the end, I just like that he was like, you don't need another sweater. Like
I
you don't need
know.
another thing right now. And he's like, you don't, he's like, you can't change everything, but you could just buy less. You don't have to
Yeah.
buy.
And I think
Um,
when we think of the impact, we just think about like, is it really going to make a difference if I buy less? But like, you're one person, and if you can
oh
create
yeah.
that movement where more people are buying less, then yes, you can create
Yeah,
impact.
you can't, yeah, definitely. And at the end of the day, it's all about like, do I care? Do I not care?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
yes, you are just one person and you're right. Like, but it's just more in my world, I am an important person in my world. So I'm just gonna like make
Yeah.
that a part of our values, a part of whatever. It was just something to reflect on. That's it.
The sweater you did need was that Taylor Swift sweater,
Taylor
though.
Swift sweater. I did need it.
Is there anything on the back?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let me see. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like,
That's
oh,
so nice.
like so like oversized
Yeah.
for a store, Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
I mean, I'm
Um,
certainly conscious and aware of that, things like that.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I definitely, I don't want to say try to avoid. I think I did make one Shein order when we were doing our Let's Get Loud.
And
But
now,
it's crazy, you guys. So I had just made the decision that I wasn't going to support Shein for whatever reason,
yeah,
my own reasons. And then I'm like, except for this one thing. But it's crazy how you get hooked.
of course.
Like you're like, oh wow, that was so easy.
Cheap.
That was so cheap. Like it arrived like pretty quickly. I can return
Yeah,
easily. Like
yeah.
I see how people get in that vicious cycle, and then you look at the app, and then you keep looking at the app, and then you keep thinking that you need things that if you didn't look at the app, you didn't know you needed.
That's what the Amazon girl was saying. She said, honestly, she said, when I started, I felt like I was a part of something quite special, magical. You're in your bed, you want something, it arrives in your bed in 2 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's
Yeah.
like, that was like magic. Like, wow, I'm a part of something greater until you see what it did to the consumer that they're over consuming now because it's so easy. You know what I mean? So she's like, you only see the consequences. Sometimes you don't think. It's like Facebook, they didn't think that people were going to be predators, and like, you know what I mean, like it was a way to communicate and connect with old friends and whatever. They didn't think of all the shit that was going to happen with these apps, right? And they're like, I'm not really responsible, I created the app, now you humans need to figure out, how to be humans. And it's the same here. And she's just like, then you start realizing just how, and then imagine, how we like try like sometimes for selling your weight loss, we're like, group A, group B, we're gonna have two. It's almost like two TikToks. You do the identical, you switch a
Sure.
little thing to see. Imagine big companies, millions of dollars to invest in understanding the consumer, what they did. She's like, we would have like one that's like blue, one green, one red, whatever. Which one color that they click more on, then we do more of that. It's like over and over. So it's like very much like playing into like,
The psychology
yeah.
of
And like,
spending.
oh, that word made a difference. Like, buy in one click. That was their thing, right? Buy in one click.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, can you do me a favor at the end? She said, can you put something in your cart and wait a week? Do you really need what is in your cart? Like, or is it just because it's 10:30 and you're tired in your bed? And I was like, oh my God, that's when I shop. 10:30
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
bed. It's when I have all
And
the
it's
money.
like, I think like sometimes it can also be used almost like similarly how food is used for some
Oh,
people.
yes. Okay.
It's like that pleasure hit, you know
Mm.
what I mean? That pleasure when you make the purchase
Boredom,
online.
boredom as well.
Yeah. And then like it arrives at your door, the unboxing, like the whole thing is that like pleasurable experience.
Yeah.
And I also think it doesn't feel like it's connected to real money in a sense. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Because of
I
the
had
click.
to get out of my bed, get cash out of my piggy bank and give it to someone,
Ah, for sure. For sure. They've made it so easy. And that's the
easy.
danger. It's
Yeah.
just so easy. Just like, again, we have access to eating in a surplus so
Oh,
easy. Just walk into your pantry and you're done. Like we're so privileged. We walk into a grocery store, everything is there. We just like choose. It's the same. Like, so
yeah.
I just feel like everything is so accessible right now. And
Yeah.
we as humans need to regulate.
Yeah.
We need to like think back. Okay, what do I want? We need to have budgets. We need to have accountability. We need to look at things. We need to, so we can't just like be whatever. Anyways, wow. What an interesting conversation.
I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
certainly over the last couple years, like I try to not buy like crap either. Like I found that sometimes around the holidays, you end up just like buying shit because it has a Christmas thing on it.
right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Not Alicia. And like that's what I'm telling you. Like I went to Home Sense with Dia,
Yeah.
wanted to literally restart decorating. Like
Yes.
it's just because it's so nice,
Yes.
so pretty. It's like,
Yes.
and if you do have disposable income, you're like, oh, like I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
You really have to step back. And then it's almost like, oh, she's cheap. She doesn't have an abundance mindset. She doesn't like around money. And like sometimes Dia is gonna be like, Bella, like, and I'm like, it's not that I don't have $30.
Yeah.
It's just you do not need another pair of pants.
Yeah.
Like it's not that I don't have the money. So it's not that, Dia. It's just you don't need this. You don't need more of this thing.
Yeah.
Holy mac. Okay, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about today in regards to weight loss, you guys, but like, hey, that was good though. That's anyways, you guys can totally watch it still. It's an hour and a half. Very like interesting to watch and just gives you a perspective. I mean, I didn't change
Thought
it.
provoking.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that, obviously. Just
Yeah.
and this is me every 30 seconds. Pause. Jeff is reading, and I'm like, did you know that? And he hates that so much. And I just like couldn't. I'm like, did you know that I know something you don't know?
Oh my gosh. Uh,
Oh my God. And I'm like, oh yes. It's almost more like, bah, oui, huh? Like you don't even think about like they're like, you know, when it's like trash goes away, but where does it go away?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like go away where? She
Yeah.
goes, and then the girl from Gada, she was hilarious. She's like, it goes away here. This is where away is. We are away, and we want you to stop throwing away. It was like really like, oh my God. So that was interesting. And it's true, like we just buy and then we're like, oh, we don't want it. And it's like sometimes more effort to send
Yeah.
over again to Sheen or whatever than to just give it away or throw it away. Know what I mean? I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we, I feel like it's almost like such a big conversation, what I need to talk about. And I don't know if we have enough time. No, it's going to be good. Okay. So I was thinking about how my weight, since I am heavier, fluctuates way less. Like it's just literally always the same, whether I'm on vacation or not, whether it's the weekend or not. And I'm like thinking of what does that mean in a deeper sense? What does like in regards to my behaviors? Because I was the one that had massive fluctuation when I was thinner, like 4 or 5 pounds, like 7 pounds on a vacation, you know? And so I'm like, I'm thinking, here are my reflections, that it means that my behavior is like that my life is more authentic, that it's more just balanced and always the same. Um, no, none, not one is not better than the other, but I do think that it represents if your fluctuation is massive, like mine was, um, I think those are signs.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, obviously, I've known you forever and I've seen the way you vacation and I've seen the way you weekend and I've seen the way you attack a dip. You know what I mean? Like,
Or you've seen also how I live my life on a week. You
exactly.
know what I mean? So it's like, yeah,
And it's 100% your behaviors are there's less variation in your behaviors.
yeah,
And so there's less variation in your weight.
yeah, yeah. And then what does that mean? Well, if you're changing and shifting your behavior so much on the weekend, ultimately it's like a response to what happened during the week. Same for vacation. Like and I always thought, well, people don't exercise on vacation and people don't, I don't want to, which is totally fine, you guys. If you're listening and you're like, when I'm on vacation, I don't want to move my body, whatever. But I still think just because I've been there, I'm like, look into that. Like, why do you want to do nothing and not move your body at all while you're on vacation? It might be a sign of when I am not on vacation, I find it a lot. I find it that it's like not what I want to be doing while I'm on vacation, which again, is it the same as like my brother often tells me like, not everyone loves their job like you love your job. Not everyone
Right.
exercise the way you love exercise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know what you mean, but have we normalized that?
Not like hating your job.
Yeah, like hate it, like normalize that you're not supposed to, that it's more normal not to really love. Like I love Mondays as much as I love Saturdays. There's really no, it's different, but I'm not like, shit, tomorrow's Monday. But I was thinking shit, tomorrow's Monday when I was a teacher, and I loved being a teacher.
Yeah, but I feel like you were still loved. You showed up with your bouffant and your smile and your tights with a good attitude. Here's what I think it's a little bit of
For
both.
sure.
Okay.
For sure. Okay.
Like we have a beautiful life. We have created incredible ways to support our families that we get to be in our sweaters at
Yeah.
our homes.
And talk to our
Um,
friends.
but I also think we it's a mindset where we always made the most of the situation we were in.
Yeah, we always saw the opportunity to be happy within the situation we were in.
And we always would look for ways to make it more pleasurable, to enjoy it
Right.
more. Like,
You're right. Yeah.
guys, even if you are in a job where you can't quit or whatever, or you don't want to or whatever, and you have a boss, there's still tiny little things. Like, have you ever just paused and thought, how can I make X more enjoyable?
Enjoyable. Yeah. More
Like,
exciting.
more exciting. Like
Yeah.
you have control. Everyone has a certain level of control over their environments,
Yeah.
and
Over
the way that you think.
excitement as well. Because excitement is something that you build up. It's something like
Yeah.
I can be excited that I have another coffee that's coming. You know what I mean? Once we're done, you could be excited to go do your hair. You could be excited. Like it's tiny little things that are everyday things that you can be excited about.
Yeah. Big time.
So that was my reflection because like I'm like even with the 15 days that I was like from November 15th to just this weekend, you guys, I had something for 10 out of the 15 days, which means like 10 out of the 15 days were probably calorie surplus. But what I could do is how can I manage that? But also my 5 days that I have access to a calorie deficit, how can I make sure I'm not throwing in the towel, that I'm not like, and also when I am in a calorie surplus day, that I'm not in thousands and thousands, like the accumulation of it. And I was just telling Instagram that this is what your weight loss prepares you for. Like
Yeah.
you are ready. Like I feel like yesterday I did a coaching session and people were commenting there, and the people that have been with us for a couple of years, they're like so freaking ready. Like I got this. It's going to be fine. I got my methods. I got my mindset. I got my perspective, honestly. The ones that are new, right? We're like, it's my first holiday. I'm a little stressed out. I'm a little nervous, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, let's make sure this. And I said, that's why, next year it's going to be better. The year after it's going to be better. Whereas like to a point where Alicia and I are, like, it doesn't even like, I don't even think about it.
Doesn't even occur to me to be
Yeah.
worried about it.
Yeah. No, it's one day at a time. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah, I don't know if you saw that post I put in the community group, but like, how can we support you in December? And there's such variety in
Okay.
concerns. And for sure, it's some people at the very beginning, they're like, oh my gosh, how do I not gain a bunch of weight going to parties? And then there's other people that are just like, got this, they're asking for other little things. So I'm excited to get into that this December with our members and really support them
Yeah.
in that. But what I was thinking when you were talking, also obviously while you were in Arizona, you used energy out as a tool
Yeah.
to manage your surplus, which on your day-to-day life is a part of your way,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But you increase that. And I want to like pause because some people watching you would be like, well, that's ridiculous. I can't do that. That's not the point. The point is you increased your movement from where you are baseline.
Currently. Yeah.
That and everyone can do that same thing. It doesn't have to look like working out 3 times a day in a hike. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can also increase your movement
Yeah. You can.
if you
And
want.
for some, like your movement could be zero at home, and then on vacation, the weather's nice. You're just gonna go for a walk. You're gonna move more. And that also happens to people that typically do not move at home, but then they go on a trip like New York or Vegas, where there's a lot of walking. And they're like, oh my God, I lost weight. There's no pantry as well in Vegas and New York. You just eat in a restaurant, you sit down, you leave. That typically is like there's less snacking, there's less like random grabbing.
Some people on vacation have snacks. I need you to know that.
Don't bring anything.
I know.
I want to buy everything.
But some
I
people
mean, I
buy it
do
when they
bring
get
things, but they
there.
never like, I never eat them.
They have
Always
snacks in their
save my
hotel
time.
rooms.
No, there isn't. There was none in my hotel room. Just the tiny chocolates they give when she does the turn down service.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
There's a lot of liquor in the fridge though. A lot of alcohol
Lot of alcohol.
that you need to pay for, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
$20 a drink.
Yes.
American, US dollars.
I mean, it's so like accessible, right? And it's right there when you would want it, but I never opened it. But yeah. Okay, well, so I guess the lesson in that one, there's like a few things we need to say before we go. The lesson in that one is just tuning into awareness around what the scale is telling you. If there's a lot of like fluctuation, 3, 4 pounds every Monday, every whatever, there's nothing to fix. You're not doing anything wrong, but it's more creating, because I did that for years, decades, kept my weight off that way, was happy that way, you guys. So I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it's just I'm recognizing my growth in regards to that. And when I made the shift, I wanted that. I said it to everyone, like, I want more flexibility during my week. So in order for that to happen, I needed to shift what I was doing on the weekend. And a lot of it is for sure behavior, but it stemmed from perspective and change in the way I saw what I wanted. So every behavior is it comes from a shift in perspective. Like, now I do this. Yes, the behavior made the difference, but the change in behavior came because you change your mindset, you change your way to see things.
And I love that way of looking at it. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, if you're up on the scale 4 or 5 pounds every single Monday, we're not saying that that's bad,
No. Yeah.
but that is a reflection
There's a
of your.
signs.
I agree. And I don't like that doesn't happen to me either
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, sometimes, like rarely if there's like
Yeah.
something crazy and I'm so susceptible to retaining sodium, but like a pound,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you know, it's showing me that my weekend and I wake up on Saturday and I'm not like, okay, what am I going to eat today? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, today's Saturday. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? How am
Yeah.
I going to show up? What's in my fridge? It's literally the exact same skills
Same
as I
as
use
a
on Monday.
Monday. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it really is. Okay, last thing is today's the last day to take advantage of our Black Friday sale. So it is 50% off the monthly membership, your first month. So ultimately 50% off of December. And you could be like, why would I join a weight loss program in December? We had that conversation. I'm like, it literally is made for you to do better. In December. Like, your weight loss was made for times like December. That's what it prepares you for. So our perspective, our program is literally perfect for December.
Just imagine not having the effort mentality for all
Yeah.
of December.
Not throwing in the weight towel until next year.
And then you go into January already so connected, already having flirted with your changes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't tell you this. I'll tell you this really quick.
So,
So I want to do with our members
mm.
a goal setting seminar.
They'll love that.
So I don't know if we should do it the end of December or like January or even mid-December. Anyway, we can think about when it's most powerful. But I want to like be like, okay, what do you want out of 2025? And then we're going to set like markers like quarterly, weekly, daily, and like so it's they're going to like pick a goal, a why,
A focus,
a focus. We're going to
an
track it.
intention.
We're going to put alarms in our calendar to check in with ourselves if we're working towards achieving it. So I want to have some mindset work there too. Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, because it's so important if you want to achieve it. Like, it's not just having it that's going to be good enough. It's like just the attacking of the thing.
yeah.
And mindset is definitely important in that. Okay, that's
So
cool.
that's coming.
They will love that.
So if you guys are,
Yeah,
sorry, if you guys are listening and you're a member, should we do it early January
I
or
feel like
should
January.
I
I
think
feel like
so
right
too, eh?
now, people, it's almost like me and my trip. Like, I can only think of Christmas once my trip
It's
was
so
done.
true.
So it's like, I think they need to feel the new year, like actually be in it before they can care. Like right now, we started decorating for Christmas, and like it's like now I care about Christmas. But
Yeah.
before leaving, I wasn't in it, you know?
Yep.
So I feel like they need to be in 2025 to like care
Okay.
about
Ooh,
2025.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, I like that. Let's come
Okay.
up with a plan for that.
Let's.
Okay, well, this was a great chat about literally everything. Have a fantastic week, you guys. You want to take advantage of that, reach out if you have any questions on how to join. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's crush December together. And let's start 2025 like already ahead of the game, like already
Yes.
focused. Okay.
Do
All
it.
right. Bye, guys.